Hey, this is Josh Gleave on behalf of Vintage King Audio, and we're here in my studio in Nashville, Tennessee, and today we're going to figure out which Universal Audio Apollo is right for you. Since their debut a couple years ago, the Universal Audio Apollo has become one of the fastest selling and most widely used interfaces on the market. From its feature set to its unison mic preamps to the plugins, dear God, the plugins, the Apollo has become the benchmark for most small to medium to even large studios. Let's take DSP off the table. With the release of the new Apollo Twin Mark II, the Twin comes now in a quad size, and so you can get the same DSP power as the rack mounts. So first things first, let's look at inputs. The Apollo Twin has 2 unison mic preamps. This is plenty for most of your smaller bedroom, smaller studio installations. I myself ran my studio for about 9 months on an Apollo Twin with no problems whatsoever. The Apollo 8 has 4 unison mic preamps. This is helpful when you're recording 2 singers at the same time, or perhaps a singer who's also playing guitar at the same time. The Apollo 8P has 8 unison mic preamps. This is helpful for anyone who wants to record vocals, guitars, and this is where cutting drums would become really handy. You can do a drum set with 8 mics. The Apollo 16 has 0 unison mic preamps. It is just a converter, so it does not have any of the built-in unison mic pre's. Let's look at outputs. The Apollo Twin has 4 TRS line outputs. 2 of those are going to be for your monitors, and the other 2 can be used to feed a stereo compressor, a stereo EQ, maybe a mono effect, whatever you want to do. It's generally not optimized for mixing outside of the box. There's not enough line ins and outs to really make that happen. The Apollo 8 has 8 TRS line outputs. 2 of those are going to feed your monitors, and the other 6 are available to feed other pieces of outboard gear, to feed a headphone amp for custom headphone mixes. You can route audio anywhere you want using those outputs. The Apollo 8P has 8 TRS line outputs. 2 of those are going to feed your monitors, and the other 6 are available to feed outboard gear, to send audio around the studio, to feed a headphone mixer for custom headphone mixes, whatever you want to do. The Apollo 16 has 16 DB25 outputs. This is perfect for studios that want to mix outside of the box, feed a summing mixer, feed a lot of outboard gear, use it as hardware inserts. Sky's the limit as far as routing goes with an Apollo 16. Let's look at headphone outputs. The Apollo Twin has 1 headphone output. So if you'd like to cut vocals with a vocalist, you will need to buy some sort of headphone splitter or headphone amp to feed both of you, and you're going to be sharing the same mix. The Apollo 8 has 2 headphone outputs. Each with their own volume control will allow you to do custom mixes for you and also for a vocalist if they're in the room with you. The Apollo 8P has 2 headphone outputs, each with their own volume control, so you can set up custom headphone mixes for you and someone else. The Apollo 16 has 0 headphone outputs. Again, the 16 is used more as a standalone converter and less as an all-in-one interface. But you may say, I need 12 mic pre's. I can't just do it with one of these. Well, that's where UA was thinking ahead. So using the console software, you are able to daisy chain up to 4 Apollos together and aggregate all of their inputs and outputs into one giant master session. So if you needed 12 unison mic pre's, you could get an Apollo 8P and an Apollo 8, and you could daisy chain them together. If you wanted to add more inputs and outputs, you could add an Apollo 16 to that rig and add 16 more ins and 16 more outs. The options are limitless, and that is where UA was really thinking ahead and really made it easy for you to custom tailor your own studio setup. I hope this was helpful. Please do some research and figure out which Apollo is right for you. How many inputs you need, how many outputs you need, what kind of DSP do you need? And you can be sure Universal Audio Apollo will have a solution that's perfect for you. For more information about which Apollo is right for you, or if you'd like to place an order, give us a call or visit us on the website at www.vintageking.com.